Hello. So good to see you. How are you? My name is Rachel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. It is always such a wonderful time for me to share with you and to have our little chats, which is what we're going to have today. So if you are here with me, let me know, and let me know where you're tuning in from and how it's going. So what is going on out there? We are here live at Turn of the Century Antiques. I am creator of Virtual Doll Convention, and I own Turn of the Century Antiques, which is a doll shop out here in Denver, Colorado. And it is New Year's Eve right now at the shop and around the world, depending on where you are. Maybe you already had it, but in America, it's New Year's Eve. So we are here right now, and the guys are in the back cleaning and getting some stuff done, and I don't know what they're doing. I said, do whatever you want. I'm gonna go on a live feed with my friends for a little bit, and we're gonna have one of our chats. So good morning. Hi. So good to see everybody. Hello. So here we are, New Year's Eve 2020. Can you believe it? In a lot of ways, the year felt very, very, very long. And then in a lot of ways, the year went fast. Time, when you look back, I feel like a lot of times time always kind of goes fast because things just happen. So good morning, Jonathan Green. Oh, thank you so much. So we have a lot to kind of talk about and discuss, not anything specific really, but I have been doing some work internally and thinking about just different things and how I'm going to start fresh, not starting fresh in a way that, you know, I love a fresh start where it's like, it's a new week, it's Monday. I'm one of these people that is, you know, I will start this on Monday. I just love like a fresh day and a fresh start of the week. And if you're like that, let me know. But there's nothing like the start of a new year and what you're going to do. So there's a lot of things that I have been thinking about that I am going to do, tips and things that have been going through my head about starting fresh and about this new year that I thought I might share with you, and maybe some of it will be helpful. Maybe some of it won't, but there's some of the things that just have been running through my head that I have been thinking about, and ways that I am going to help make 2021, no matter what happens in 2021, work for me. And you can make 2021 work for you. We know what it feels like to go through hard things and to do hard things. And I feel like, you know, after you've been through and done a lot of hard things in your life, it really characterizes you to a way that it almost gives you power, because you can survive, and you know that you can do hard things and survive hard things. And for me, in a lot of ways, after everything that I have gone through and accomplished this year, and coming out right now and standing here and being here, and all of the things that I know that I did right this year after having a very difficult transition in a difficult year, I feel like for 2021 that in a lot of ways it's going to be one of the best years ever, because I feel like I've learned a lot. Now, please share with me, you're here live on the video, please share with me as I go through some of the things that I'm thinking about and that have been in my head. Share with me how you feel about things and life and what you experienced and the transitions you had to make and the ways that you had to maybe pivot your life or pivot your business to help make it work for you. So for me, I have been thinking about some things. So one of the things that I have decided that I am going to do for, you know, I try to do this every day, but especially for the new year and things like that, is that I am going to decide that I am not going to waste any time being unhappy. Now, there's definitely times in life when we're unhappy, and it's okay to feel unhappy, and it's okay to feel sad and disappointed and all of those things. But one of the things that I was feeling, and this will probably resonate with a lot of people out there that have lost somebody, is that I would feel especially after I lost my mom, I would feel like when I would have moments of laughter and fun and stuff, and when I would be like genuinely happy, I would almost feel weird about it, like I wasn't supposed to, or I shouldn't be, because such and such happened, or because such and such person wasn't there. Like it's a weird juxtaposition. But here's what I always remember when I have that feeling of unhappiness or even guilt for happiness is I remember, now for you, don't you love it when people in your life are happy? So I love being at the airport and seeing people get reunited and smiling. I love seeing people dance and have fun and laugh and get excited. Who doesn't love to see a child laugh or a baby laugh? People want to see you happy. They want to see you having fun. Mary just said it's survivor's guilt. Wow. Yes, survivor's guilt. That's a big one. That's a good way to put it. But what I was just saying is everyone likes to see other people happy. And so when I am having a tough day, just even with just the typical guilt of, or not guilt, but just the typical feelings of, I miss this person, or I'm not, this is hard, or I never thought this would be my situation, or I'm unhappy because of this. I remember that my mom's like biggest thing, besides doing dolls and stuff, was wanting me to have a happy life and helping me have a happy life and wanting to see me happy. So for you, if you lost somebody this year and you have those hard days or those hard afternoons or those hard times surrounding it, just remember that they want to see you happy. They want to see you succeed. They want you to have all the things in life. So I just try to remember that. When I have my good days, I remember, oh, mom would love this. Mom would love me to do this. And so if you are having survivor's guilt, or you having just a tough, the tough times when you're unhappy, just remember that those people and those things that are not here, even animals, they want to see you happy. So that is a big one. Another one that I have been doing lately, because it's so easy, and we all get in this. Of, I ate so much over the weekend and I gained, or not over the weekend, but like, if you're dealing with certain things like weight gain, or that you didn't get something done, or that you fell short on your goal, or all like I believe I have stuff like that almost every day. I think, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? And when you have those almost like depreciating thoughts, like here's one, for example, I gained 15 pounds over the week, or I didn't do what was on my to-do list, or I didn't do that, whatever it is. Here's my thing that I have been doing. I ask myself, what else is true? What else is true? So during like December, and basically most of November, I wasn't able to, just because I had so much going on for me personally, trying to do all the things, is that I couldn't get up in the morning and get out and do my walk on the treadmill, which I really love. But when I would wake up in the morning, there was just so much going on in my head and in my heart, and almost like in my body. It was like a physical thing that I could just in the morning get my coffee and just kind of sit there and just have a moment of peace. And I just couldn't do the treadmill. And so yesterday I was just kind of like getting down on myself. Well, why didn't you do that for the last 6 weeks? And then I asked myself, what else is true? Well, I orchestrated a Christmas pageant. I, with the help of so many of you out there, was able to donate a lot of money to charity. I started to think about all the different things that I did. My dogs were fed. The people at my company got paychecks. There's all these different things of what else is true. So remember that one. When you're having a tough time or those intrusive thoughts are coming in, think, what else is true? And then when you think about what else is true, it's like, oh, okay. I did so many other things, and I called that person, and I wrote that letter, and I sent that gift, and I did all these different things, and it honestly helps me feel a lot better right away. So if you're out there with me right now, please let me know that you're here, and let me know what's going on for you. Also for New Year's Eve, we're just going to have a kind of a casual day here at the doll shop, and then we are going to leave a little bit early. I'm going to go to the grocery store, and I called my dad this morning and said that I'm going to bring over some New Year's Eve dinner, and we're going to just have a nice New Year's Eve in and kind of relax a little bit. So we're having a segue from our video right now because I want to know what you're doing for New Year's Eve or what you're having. Are you making something traditional? Are you planning on having a nice meal? Are you going to be in bed by 7? Whatever it is, it's so fun. Hi, Shelly. She said, I love your beautiful doll display behind you. Thank you so much. I love it too. I think about it a lot of what I'm going to do and just my next steps and everything. And I think I'm going to leave it for a long time. Hi, Jeffrey. Thank you for being here, Jeffrey. I love your work. I love your spirit. I love everything about you. So you just keep doing the dang thing, Jeffrey. Hi, Diana Vining. I have the whole family here listening in the car. Oh man, girl, we ride at dawn, don't we? Diana Vining and I have a meeting next week with some of the things we're going to be doing for the virtual convention and just our plans with our dolls and everything. And I think her jaw was probably on the floor a little bit with just some of the things that are happening. But it's like, why freaking not? This thing we're doing with Robert Tonner in March of next year is the biggest thing we've ever done as far as like dolls with him. It's a monumental release of a doll that's just gonna I don't even know what it's gonna do. It's gonna be crazy. But like, why freaking not? It's the time. Why not? You just got to try it. So speaking of trying it and just doing it and going for it, one of the things I think is really important for us all to remember, and especially because in this year, a lot of us have tried new things. We're sewing, we're trying different, we're taking up different hobbies and we're doing different things. And a lot of you this year have actually started businesses and started new and different things. I don't a lot of times come on video, like if I fail or if I lost money on something, which happens a lot when I'm trying different things. You have to try different things to know. But I don't like come on here and talk about it all the time. So it's important to know that things will go wrong. I have to remind myself that I cannot be perfect all the time. I will embarrass myself. I will do things that weren't exactly how I wanted it to be. I will fail. But if you don't fail, one of the things is you're not trying. Am I right? If you don't fail, it means you didn't try something. And trying something is the biggest place where you can start. So the thing that I have to remind myself for next year constantly is that the road to success is constantly under construction. So I am going to allow myself to get stuck on that road, my construction road, that road to success that I am on and that you are on. We are all on roads to success right now. But I am going to allow myself to get stuck, to learn from it, to fail at something. Hopefully not embarrass myself too much, but that kind of thing happens too. And I am going to allow myself to try And also, I am going to forgive myself to be allow myself to be bad at something. I'm going to try a lot of different things this year and in life, and just, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to allow myself and not worry about it if it doesn't, if I'm bad at it, and just pivot and try something else. But I think a lot of people, and me included, it happens, but sometimes ego gets in your way where you think, I can't let people see me not succeed at this, so I'm not going to try. I don't want to misstep. I don't want to look wrong. I don't want to speak wrong. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to try it. But, the experience of it, you learn so much. So the thing about it is, if you get laughed at and you get gossiped about and you get things coming your way that you don't necessarily deserve, and people want to tear apart your work and what you're doing and how you're trying, use these things to learn and to make better moves the next time, and use them as fuel to get the last laugh. Use it to get the last laugh. So just don't worry about what other people are going to say or do. Just try it. And this is all stuff that we can do, and ways we can feel and how we can be without even leaving the house. So this is how I'm going to start 2021 no matter what happens. Linda said, no one is perfect. We have lots of company. It is so true. It is so true. And that's one of the reasons why I do what I do and why I share what I share, is because videos like this and social media, it gives us a wonderful opportunity to learn and experience and understand side by side and together. And I don't want to just come on when I have a new product, or I have this, or I have that. I want us to continue to share and experience life and get through this side by side. And I love connecting with you. And over the course of this year, I've shared videos where I was bawling my eyes out, and I was absolutely sharing everything that was going on in my heart. And it was so wonderful to be able to do that. So thank you so much for being here with me and sharing this platform where we can have these conversations and do these things together. It's so important. So another one that I am doing is I am enjoying my life right now. And here's the big one that I would like to let go of. And that is, I am going to let go of when. Is the saying of when. I will feel better when I lose 10 pounds. I will feel better when I have $1 million. I will feel better when I have this doll or that doll. Or when. I'll be glad when, I'll feel better when. I am going to try to let go of when and enjoy everything right now. And for the most part, I really do. Every single day I wake up, and I am so thankful that I have, after you've gone through a lot, and I know so many of you out there understand this, but after you've gone through a lot and you've had a lot of loss in your life, you appreciate everything so much. So just to have warm water every day, I appreciate it. And to have my treadmill that I can get on or not get on, I appreciate that I have the choice. To be able to come here every day and to have a job and something to do and something to, it's the hardest work, but it's something that I care about. And every day I'm just so freaking grateful of what I get to do. So a lot of the whens, or I'll be satisfied when, a lot of that got dropped this year for me. And it's made my life a lot easier for sure. Of thinking I had to prove myself, or thinking even to myself, a lot of that so when I start doing the when thing, that's when I'm going to just take a step back and remind myself that I'm going to enjoy now and being in the moment. Linda said, so happy to be in the moment. It's so much easier to live with. It so is. So if you do what's easy, this is a good quote that I wrote down that I liked. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. If you do what's hard, your life will be easy. It's hard to take ownership. And I believe that very much. And then another thought that I wrote down was, if I die today, what dreams, talents, and gifts will die with me? And that one is a big one. So when you think about it, all of us have dreams, talents, gifts, things to share. This next year is just a year that I'm gonna keep on doing different things and trying different things. We wouldn't have had a virtual convention if I just didn't try it and just see what would happen, no matter how I thought the world was going to perceive it, no matter how many people I thought were going to sign up, all of those things. Like, it was when I started the virtual convention, a lot of things happened. I never in my life thought I was going to resign my position at Ruby Lane, and I never would have done that, I don't think, unless I started the virtual convention. And I loved every single one of my moments there and everything that I did there, and that part of my life and my career. But I never would have really chosen that, I don't think, unless I tried different things. And so many things that you end up, I think, seeing how it's going to go, and then it doesn't happen that way, sometimes end up being a really big blessing and a starting point for bigger and different things that you never even imagined. And that can be like collecting a new doll, or trying something and you're like, wow, I'm good at this. I didn't know that I was a sewer. I didn't know that I liked antique dolls or modern dolls, or there's just so many things that we can just try. So good morning. Hey, Marcy. So good to see you. So, this is one that I highlighted on my little list of thoughts. I said, there's times in life where things happen and you have to put your dream on hold, and you will have to reinvent yourself. Believe in your service, your ideas, and your potential. That's a good one too, because sometimes you do have to put your dream on hold and reinvent yourself. And I try not to stay up at night worrying all the time about different things that I crowd my head with, because the things in life that actually make a big difference in your life that you would worry about if you could, you never see coming. They're the things that happen at a random Thursday at 2:00 in the afternoon that are the big things that you didn't see coming, at least for me. All the big things that have mattered over my life have been things that I couldn't really worry about ahead of time. And believe me, I worry. Don't think that I don't, but when you have to put things on hold sometimes, that's okay too. So when I took ownership of this store, I had been running the business for a number of years already, but it was different. And I looked and I took stock of different things that we had to do here if I saw myself doing this for the foreseeable future. And so I had to put my dreams on hold of like running the doll business, to put it on hold to fix the roof and to fix the plumbing and to make the place, fix the doors and fix the windows and do all of these different things. And so if you are putting something on hold right now to reinvent yourself or to start fresh, that space in between is really, really important space and time. So you can't measure it, like I can't measure my success based off of how many dolls I sold or how many conventions I launched and things like that. There's so many different ways to measure it. So that's a big one. Never feel weird or like you're not succeeding because you're in a period of reinventing yourself. So here's another one. Take your life to a whole new level by more than understanding that you matter. You need to believe it. You need to look into the mirror and believe that you matter. That's a big one too. Right now, if you are here, you're living, you're breathing, You matter. And that's a big one that I have always chatted about with you, is that there's nothing you have to earn. There's nothing you have to earn in mattering. You know, there's no amount of likes on posts. There's no amount of shares. There's no amount of followers that you can get ever in your life that contribute to your core value of how you matter and what makes up you. And so for me, like, I think about it a lot to where, who is Rachel? And so if I wasn't doing my thing, or this wasn't thing, you know, the whatever it is that you're going after, it doesn't define you in the sense that you matter more because you did this. So that's a big one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that you know where I'm kind of like chatting all over, but I know that you know what I mean. So, you know, just don't give up. Just don't give up. That's a big one. It's don't give up. Sometimes you think about it. Let me know if you're out there with me and you've thought about it. That's normal. Sometimes you think about it, or you have those thoughts of what would life be like if I didn't do this or didn't do that. But one of the things that I have just figured out over the last couple years, and especially this year, is that things aren't going to happen for me. I have to make them happen for myself, and I have to try, and I have to figure things out. And a lot of times it's just by grinding the wheel and making it work and trying. And there's so many videos that I have done in the past that just they weren't good quality. They weren't all these different things. And I just learned so much. I bought over this year, just one of the things that I did for our company is I bought a pretty large doll collection. And when I buy something as a dealer, I think about, you know, what I can sell it for and make a good offer based off of that. And, you know, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. And I looked at the doll collection and I made this big list, and I made the price of everything that I could sell it for. And then I offered that price. I offered the amount of money that I could sell it for after doing all the work. And I didn't realize it until like 2 weeks later, when I'm trying to do the work, trying to like get my stuff in order, trying to get the dolls like together. And I was like, where is the money here? Where? And then I realized it. And so, yeah, we lost a lot of money on that deal. So stuff happens. Will I ever do that again? Absolutely not. So I guess I needed to go through that, and I needed to do that to learn from that, and to just not be so, it wasn't careless. It was kind of careless, but you know what I mean? So stuff like that just happens. And I kicked myself, and I got pretty sad about it too. You get kind of down. You get really down when you do stuff like that sometimes. And I was just like, how could I do that? Rachel, how could you do that? And it was a lot of money. So, you know, it is what it is. Am I right? So a lot of you are now just tuning on, and if you are here with me, I am here live at the doll shop. We have Santa here, and we have some dolls with us, and we're just kind of hanging out, having a little New Year's Eve chat before we get going with our day here. But I'm just sitting here cuddling I'm cuddling my teddy bear right now. And, you know, my mom's collection is one of my greatest treasures. It's just one of my greatest treasures. And sometimes I worry about, you know, I'm so glad that my mom doesn't have to worry about what happened to her dolls, because they're here. And not even all of them, just some of them. I feel a lot of what I think a lot of you feel, of like when you wonder what's going to happen to your dolls and things like that. And I can go into a whole video about that, and ways you can prepare and ways you can make sure that your dolls are taken care of and things. And if you'd like me to do that video, I can do that for you. But one of the things that I feel good about is that I'm still here. You know, we're still here. I'm here right now, taking good care of my mom's things, planning different things. I have the employees in the back and they're working, and I'm proud that I can do this. And it takes a lot of work and a tremendous amount of commitment, but it's totally worth it. Hi, Bob. It's so good to see you. If you're here with me, I'd love to hear from you about one of the things that you learned, or one of the things that you are going to take into the new year. Vicki said, I've learned not to get caught up in the excitement of a purchase. You have to step back for a second and think it through. Vicki, that is so true. And that was one of the mistakes that I made, is I was already in my head thinking about like which videos I was going to do and what I was going to do. And I let myself get carried away thinking about the future of what I was going to do with the dolls. And I was not present in like what I was doing right then. And I made a pretty big financial mistake. I was able to recoup most of it, but I certainly didn't even break even. So, but that's okay. You learn. So share with me some of the things that you learned this year, and some of the things maybe that you are going to carry on into 2021. Barbara said, being here is best. Diana said, your mom's dolls now have the opportunity to be enjoyed by people all over the world through your videos. Thank you so much. I think, in fact, I know that my mom would love it. And I believe in heaven. And I believe that my mom is watching me, and that she is here and spiritually, and that she knows what's going on. I have to believe that. Because otherwise you get it's so hard to have all the good things happen knowing they're not a part of it. And I'm not crying out of sadness, but you know what I mean? It's hard to have all the happy things happen knowing they're not a part of it. And so I have to believe that my mom knows this is happening and that she's a part of it. So, Carol said, thank you for your message today. I'm trying to find a way to do the things that I love. You can do the things that you love right there in your own house and in your own way. So, and that basically starts with gratitude. So every day I'm just so thankful I have a house. Every day I'm so thankful I have a shop, and that I can share it with you, and that we can, do these things together. Every day I'm just so grateful that I have these things from my mom that I can share, and that I can do and create videos with and have fun with. So, there's just a lot of things that are going to happen in my life that she's not going to be here to share. And, I just still have to be so grateful that these wonderful things are happening. And let yourself be yourself and to feel what you need to feel. I think one of my superpowers is that, I never in a million years would recommend to anybody to be going on to videos crying half the time, but I did it this year because it was what it was, and it is what it is. And you just have to try your best and be who you are. And so that's one of the things that I'm doing all the time, and trying to not feeling guilty for being happy, not feeling guilty for the things that I have. My mother left me a lot of work with the shop in the terms that, she spent a lot of her money on her own like personal dolls and on her own fun and on vacations and like all the fun things we did instead of putting the roof on the building and instead of doing a lot of things. So yes, she left me this incredible legacy, but I also had to put in a tremendous amount of work, and I still do, to stay here and to keep doing this and to keep being here. And the property taxes here are tremendous and all of these things. So I'm so glad to be doing this, but I know that I'm going to have to always, put in the work. But if I didn't have the work, I think I would just be so bored. So I don't know what I would do without it. And so every day I fight to be here and to keep doing it and to make the money to pay the property taxes and to do the different things so that I can be here. Because even if I had $50 million, but I didn't have this place, and I didn't have these dolls, and I didn't have this community and the things that we share and our experiences and things, I think my life would be so unfulfilling. I know it. So I'd rather not have the $50 million, not that I could, not that it's a choice, but I'd rather be here. And I'd rather even have the struggle and the worry sometimes as a business owner and just as people in life. We worry about our health and our finances and all the different things. But I'd rather be in the struggle and worrying than out of it. I think I would, because we're doing big things here. We really are. So let me see some of your wonderful comments. You guys are just so great. You say so many things. So I want to just take this opportunity because so many of you are here that have supported me this year too. Oh man, let's see if I'm gonna have to touch up my makeup. Just thank you so much. We had such a great year. What's one of the things that you enjoyed this year that we did? What's one of your favorite memories of this year, of our discussions or the things that we did or the doll stuff that we did or the experiences we had or the adventures? If you can think of one of the things that stands out to you, please let me know what one of the highlights was for you. For me, there were so many things. I mean, this year feels like, in a way, that I packed like 10 years worth of stuff into this year. And in so many ways, this year was so special. Like Lauren just said, we did have a special year. We had such a special year, and we had a lot of fun, and we did so many things. And last year I took 32 plane rides, and this year I took 2. And we still did all of those things and had the experiences and had the fun and did all of the things. So Diana Vining said the summer fling. Girl, the summer fling was so much fun. Marcy said, I love when you take us along shopping. Oh yeah, to the estate sales, buying that Bob Mackie dress. That was one of my favorite experiences. That was so good. So yeah, tell me one of your favorite things. Elizabeth said, love your Rachel Grace, blue eyes, waiting to get her next month. I loved everything we did with our Grace dolls, and doing the fashion dolls for me is just so much fun. Sometimes I think, would my mother understand this? Would she be on board with this? Would she choose to invest in this? And at the end of the day, it just doesn't really matter, because if she would, because she's not here, she's watching from heaven, but I think she would enjoy watching me do this. I think she'd love it. It brings me back to my first point in the very beginning of the video, when we have that guilt or it feels weird to be happy and have fun, is that our loved ones that are not here, they want to see us happy. They want to see us happy. So never forget that. Never forget that when you're missing your mom. I'm never going to stop missing my mom. But I always have to remember, she'd want to see me happy. So that gives me a lot of strength and a lot of power. Melinda said, magical John Port. Oh yeah. Vicky said, I loved your makeup tutorial. Oh, I forgot about those. Oh, that was a big one, Vicky. I used to be one of these people that was like, I wouldn't even leave my front yard without makeup on. I let go of that a long time ago. But I never in a million years thought I would ever go on a video without it at all. And now I just don't care. Because like I said at the beginning, when you go through certain things, like other things become so insignificant in the grand scheme of things, such as what I look like without makeup or whatever, because we all look different without makeup. No, everybody knows that I don't, like, that I don't roll out of bed looking like this. So why pretend that I do all the time? So yeah, that was fun. Catherine said, I love the bear cave and John Port's visit. That was so fun. I love that. John Port is such a treasure. Lauren said, I love when you say keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. I always say that. And it reminds me of like the Jurassic Park ride in Disney World, where or any ride in Disney World when they say that, because I feel like it is, except for dolls, because it is kind of hazardous back there. Marcy said, I love everything. When you post videos, they bring a huge smile to my face. Thank you so much, Rachel. Marcy, yes, thank you so much. You have been such a wonderful contributor, and you always leave such beautiful comments and encouragement on my posts and everyone else's posts. Marcy, you are awesome. You register for everything, girl. You don't tell Bob, but you buy everything. Marcy, you rock. And I hope you had a wonderful 2020 with us, and I can't wait for you to experience 2021 with us. Dominique said, my best time was the March virtual doll convention, where I discovered your community, and so much after. I am totally isolated in those moments, brought joy and purpose, and I started collecting and sewing again. And this Christmas we spent together was the best Christmas ever. Oh, thank you so much for sharing your words. I'm glad you brought that up, because the March convention that we did, the Beyond All Limits, the free convention that was put together by some wonderful contributors that all worked to put on a convention in 1 week. 1 week we put on a convention. That feels like a lifetime ago, but that was in March of this year, and that was one of the most important things I think I've ever done for myself and for this company. It was before things got really bad, and I'm so glad we did that. It helped a lot of us during a really tough time. Yeah, that was one of my favorite experiences of the year for sure. Margaret said, loved all of this. I've learned so much and will continue to love you and your videos. Well, I will continue to love you too, Margaret. Tina said, I loved learning about the Volpe Father Christmases. Yes, that was so fun, getting to know Rosemary Volpe and getting to learn more about the wonderful Father Christmases that we have here, and just highlighting an artist that is so deserving of the highlight and the discussion. Vicky said, I love both John Port videos. I have not seen him in years. Wish I had found you earlier this year. Well, Vicky, when John Port was here, we filmed 3 programs with him that you have not seen, that are going to be in our convention that is happening later this coming year. So it'll probably be in late March, maybe early April. I have not released the dates yet or anything else. We have to figure out a couple things with timing with our doll that is coming from Robert Tonner. We have 800, and I've talked about it before. So we have to figure out a little bit of timing for that, and just a couple different things that we're doing. But yes, we are going to have 3 John Port videos in the upcoming event. We also have 3 wonderful programs with Susan Dossiter that we already filmed, and that was so fun. So we have been doing so many things. So Diana said, love Steiff Gal's Jocko program, the beginning of my monkey obsession. Well, yes, that was an awesome program. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And the monkey obsession that you have, Diana Vining, has brought everybody so much joy. I actually went through my junk folder and found an email from you saying, can I post my Jocko story in the group? And then it was like way too late to even respond to you, but you can always post your Jocko stories in the group. We love your Jocko stories, so always post those. I mean, they're so fun. They're so fun. Colleen said, Happy New Year's Eve from MN. I believe that's Montana. I love Montana, by the way. Always excited to see or Minnesota. Always excited to see Rachel. You're not afraid to show raw emotions, and I am so thankful for this dog community. I felt alone before with the exception of my aunt who loves dolls too. I love your virtual conventions. Finally, I can participate with people. I love that. Love dolls as much as I do. Love your tutorials, the people you introduce us to. So thank you so much. And I am excited. If you have people out there that you know that would want to share their collections or share their talents through the virtual convention, don't be afraid to, or if you're watching this right now, don't be afraid to shoot me an email and we can chat about content and things like that. I love meeting new people and working with new artists and things. I spend time like combing the internet and looking at different blogs and looking at different people and thinking about new and interesting things. So I love your ideas. So never be afraid to show me some of your ideas. Roger said, ask Robert Tonner about pantyhose for Grace Marie. Linda, we are having some made right now. They're being made by our wonderful Doreen in Australia, and she is making them right now. For Robert Tonner, one of the biggest things that we have going is that we are going to have a Club Grace that is starting next year. I was really hoping to get it started in January, but I don't think I'm going to have the product until late January. So Club Grace will probably start at the latest early February, where we will have a subscription service. It is a flat fee, and it'll probably be around $60 to $65 a month, but you will receive $85 worth of product, and it will come in the form of an outfit for Grace and either a pair of shoes or a purse or an accessory. I have been since last September working with an amazing manufacturer. It's not Robert, but you will know who it is when I tell you who it is. And they have been making all different outfits for us for Club Grace. And so this has been a tough one for me because you have to wait. I have been it's hard to wait. And when they'll tell me I expect things, when you're not doing it yourself, you don't really understand how long it takes to make things and make them well. So when I pay my money, I think I'm going to get it next week, and it's more like 2 or 3 months. And it's hard because I want to start my stuff now, but I'm not going to start Club Grace until we have our things. So, but it'll be so fun. You're going to love Club Grace. And every month it'll be like a different story and a different thing that you get to experience with her. I don't know if Lauren, are you still watching? But Lauren, Ferguson's daughter, Maya, is writing stories for Grace, but they're from an 11-year-old's perspective, and they are so good. And she is writing stories. So the stories from 11-year-old Maya are going to come with Club Grace. And then, of course, our wonderful Diana Vining is going to help us write some stories too. You don't know that girl, but you are. So we have a lot of fun things. So it'll be really, really, really good. So I'm excited. But for right now, sunglasses, yes, we do need sunglasses. So I don't have any sunglasses currently being manufactured right now. I'll tell you what I do have. I have some of my most iconic outfits that I wore over the last 2 years, some of the dresses that you will remember, the pajamas on the beach, some new accessories that I have not worn, but most of what the outfits are. I have the polka dot dress from the summer fling that I wore when we did the Dancing Boys. I have the gingham jumpsuit. I have so many of the iconic outfits that I have worn. And it's not supposed to be clothes. Grace is not me, but she likes a lot of the fun outfits that I've worn. And so we got them made. So that's a lot of what it is. Oh, Eloise, the Bob Mackie dress. That's such a good idea. Oh my gosh, I think we need to do that. Good idea. Okay, I'm going to put that on my list. No, we did not make the Bob Mackie dress. We have the wonderful dress with the floral skirt that I wore in Paris. We have, oh, it's hard to think of them all, but they're coming. We have that incredible ski suit, which they told me is not gonna come until May, which, I was so bummed to hear about that with those amazing moon boots. You know, it takes a long time to make things and to make them well. So anyway, I know that you guys understand that. I am not a sewer, so it's been a hard thing for me to kind of understand, because I'm like, oh, I placed my order. Do I get it tomorrow? And no, it's usually like weeks and weeks and weeks, if not months, to get anything. But I'm having them made by a very accomplished company, and it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be so worth it. So anyway, okay. Well, I hope that thank you so much for chatting with me today and spending a little time here on New Year's Eve here at the doll shop. If you've got some good recipe ideas, post them in the comments or let me know, because I'm going to make something for the guys in my life, my brothers and my dad and Derek. So we're going to have a little, I don't know, it'll just be kind of a very, very low key, but let me know things that guys really like. you know what I mean? Like, what's something that is a no fail thing that guys love, that are, they don't like a lot of the things that I like, which are a lot of, I don't want to say healthy, but kind of like, I like a lot of like healthy things. And they like good eating food, down home on the range type things. So usually if I add some kind of like cornbread or bread or something to like what I'm making for Derek and I, he's fine. Eloise said steak. Yeah, steak's usually a good one. So some kind of like carb, some kind of delicious carb. So anyway, let me know if you got any good, I'm sure there's a lot of traditional New Year's Eve things. Catherine said sauteed salmon with Brussels sprouts. For sure, Catherine, that's a good one. But I made salmon on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. So, ribs, that's a good one. I've never made ribs in my life. Meatloaf, that's a good one. I usually make it with turkey, and everyone likes meatloaf, so that's a good one. Ribs and sauerkraut with mashed potatoes. But aren't ribs like hard to make? I've never made them. That to me sounds and looks like a lot of work. I don't like things that take all day, and I think ribs take all day. So I need something that I can make in 1 hour. We're going to leave here at 4, and I'm going to go grocery shopping, and then dinner's at 6. So it needs to be kind of quick. I do a lot of like chicken and poultry and fish. So Eloise says we're having salmon. Yeah, salmon's one of my staples. I love salmon. We do salmon a lot, and I also like to like sear ahi tuna and do that too. So that's always a good one. So Swedish meatball recipe. Oh, okay, yeah. Email that to me. Maybe I could do that. That'd be fun. Eloise says buy ribs already made. Yeah, girl. Okay, yeah. I love buying stuff already made. I go to Trader Joe's and I do it all the time. And like meal prepping for the week, or just having like roasted vegetables already roasted, I do it all the time. So especially during busy times, and I don't feel bad. Yeah, buy ribs already made. Oh, I don't know why that cracks me up though. That's good. All right, so I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much. I might be back later actually, so don't leave for the day. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the guys are going to be doing something with the gingerbread house that is Valentine's Day themed. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is, but my little nieces are coming here and they're going to see everything, and then the guys are going to we've decided that we're going to do something Valentine's Day-ish with the gingerbread house, I believe, but that's kind of far away. Valentine's Day is kind of far away, but not that far. We got to do something. Linda said use the crock pot. I love crock pot recipes. Crock pot is the jam. We also got one of those pressure cookers. What are they called? Instapots. And I've only used it once, and I don't have the hang of it yet. So I got to try and figure that out a bit. But yes, love the crock pot. All right, post your recipes that guys will like in the comments, and I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve and a wonderful day, and thank you for always chatting with me and having fun with me. I love you very much, and I enjoy our time together and just doing all the different doll things, no matter what it is, from antique to vintage to modern to making stuff to sewing stuff. I love that nothing is off limits for us. The rules are out the window. We can just do everything and see everything and just have fun. I'm so glad that we're not in any kind of box, that we can do bear stuff, and I love that. It's almost like we go where the wind takes us, right? We just go where the wind takes us and we just have fun. So Bonnie said, I'll be watching Gone with the Wind tonight. It's my New Year's tradition. Oh, I love that. That's great. Lauren said, enjoy your New Year's Eve. Love all you do for us. You are amazing. Thank you, Lauren. And thank you for your support and your wonderful cards and everything that you've sent me this year. All your cards, by the way, are so appreciated. And I have them all taped to the door on our kitchen. Every time we get a new one, I put it, and they're covering the door in our kitchen. So I love them. Thank you guys so much for all of your cards and well wishes and just love and support, and all of the sympathy cards that you sent me over the summer. I mean, I have them all. I have them all in a big box, and I'm very sentimental in that way. Anytime I get a card where you write a lot of stuff, I don't just like read it on the fly. I'll put it right next to my desk, and I'll wait until I have a moment where I can sit and read every word. And then one of the things I also like to do is call people. So sometimes I'll get a card or a sweet gift in the mail or something, and I'll just call you. So if you've received one of my calls this year, let me know. But I probably called, I don't know, probably 30 of you this year just on the phone. And I have your phone numbers because I can look you up in the virtual convention. I can look you up on my website, so I just call you. And that's been fun. A lot of you do not expect it. And when I call, one lady screamed, and it was so cute. Oh, I loved it. So anyway, but I've been like winding down this video for like an hour. I really appreciate your time and being here with me. And let me know what you're doing tonight for New Year's. None of us are going anywhere. So let me know what you're doing at home, what you're eating, what you're watching, what you're doing. So I am going to, my cousin's children are going to be here soon, and they haven't seen the store yet, and they haven't seen the gingerbread house, and I have little trees for them from the Pink Princess and holiday Barbies and stuff. So we're going to go do that, and then I'm going to do something with the guys, and we're just going to get some stuff going. So Lauren, I hope you enjoy your pizza. Elizabeth, I'm going to call you someday, girl. Don't you worry. I do that. I do that a lot. So anyway, Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's. And we'll see you very soon, everybody. Bye.